Hello and welcome to the second video I'm doing for my MSI 2022 preview. I am ranking the teams 11 through 1, going over the smaller region teams, the teams that we really haven't gotten a chance to look at, seeing what their international experience may be and how they might fare in the tournament. Yesterday I did Saigon Buffalo. If you didn't know a lot about that Vietnamese squad, check the video. It's only I don't even think it's more than 6 minutes long. It's got 20 views already, which I'm happy about because, I take what I can get. Comment down below if you have any opinions of your own. Subscribe to the channel if you want daily content so you can get an idea of what these teams are about before we go into the tournament. So, and also earlier today I uploaded a 12.6 patch breakdown where I looked at the most common matchups in the LCS playoffs on patch 12.6 if you enjoy stuff like that. So, Red Canids, CBLOL, they beat Pain Gaming to get to the tournament. We have a team here that I have 10th, coached by Coelho. I'm not going to pretend that I can speak Portuguese. So, he was the coach last year when this team went to Worlds. I did not really even know that. It escaped me that they had been the team that went to Worlds. So, looking at this team, everybody's went to Worlds because, unlike Saigon Buffalo yesterday, where only the substitute bot laner that they were putting in, Big Coro, had been to an international event before. This team has seen this situation before. All right, I just wanted to verify something. So, Aegis and JoJo, I have both ranked 7th going into the tournament. Out of all the teams and the players in their respective role, I'm not going to pretend that there aren't players in the smaller regions that could be as good as the players in the top 4 regions. It's theoretically possible. There are always standouts that we say, oh wow, maybe this player could fit into the LCS or LEC. Rarely do we say that about the LCK or LPL, but in the smaller 2 of the 4 major regions, it makes sense. So, theoretically, it's possible, but for this, I'm not doing that. I mean, the top 4 teams have the top 4 players in every role. So, Aegis and JoJo, both 7th. Grigo, top laner, played in all the games last Worlds, as did Aegis, Titan, and JoJo. Grevthar in mid. He did not. He was subbed out with Avenger, I believe, or Avenged. I don't know if they did that a little bit in this split as well. So I'm not going to say for certain that they won't bring him as a 6th man. I know they also use 2 top laners this split. Maybe they bring a second top laner. I don't know. But he was the player that was subbed out sometimes during Worlds in October, November. We see that the stats I have listed here, win rate, okay, we want to see how they've done internationally. KDA is a whatever stat, but I mean, it says a lot internationally. When a smaller region goes, how do they fare? You see here, at the highest, it's 2.09 in mid, and at its lowest, it is 1.53 for top. I mean, maybe they do bring a second top laner because they struggled so much in top lane during the Worlds 2021 only a few months ago, especially when he had 7.17 CS per minute. That's awful. Mid lane 7.22, like that's not good enough. You can't have 7 CS per minute in the solo lanes if you want to compete in an international tournament. Titan is definitely their best player in terms of international experience. He is their most experienced player. He's been to 3 international events. 2018, he went to Worlds with Kaboom Esports, and as well as MSI in 2018, I believe. One of those could be 2019, but I'm going with both being 2018. He did that, and he went to Worlds, obviously, with the team last year. He's played in 20 international games, 40% win rate. The year at MSI, when they went, they finished 10th. They played very well in the play-ins. I think they went 4-2 out of 6 games, which, I mean, is pretty damn good, but they couldn't get out. Or maybe that was no, that wasn't last year. Maybe, I think that was MSI 2019 was 2018 was the year that they the Brazilian squad actually had a high win rate and lost in a tiebreaker game to get out of groups. His CS is over 9, which is okay. Anything over 9 is okay. I mean, it's not great. You want to be higher than that, but at least you're competitive in lane. Unlike his solo laners, I think, are going to hold him back in this tournament. We'll see how they do. Obviously, I mean, I like this team more than the Vietnamese team. Normally the Vietnamese teams are competitive, but with GAM Esports going to the C Games instead of MSI, it has really shot the VCS in the foot. And honestly, I mean, I'm not going to say that the team is not going to, I mean, I did say the team's going to struggle because I have them 11th, but I'm not going to say that, they don't deserve notoriety for being able to go. But yesterday I saw things on Twitter, like some people upset that the VCS wasn't really being discussed. And I'm like, well, maybe if you sent your best team that went 14-0, people would be talking about you, but you sent your second best team. And not everybody is excited about your second best team compared to who was undefeated and won your region. Like, that team is the team that everyone wanted to see. So, I mean, you're sending your second place team of a smaller region. I don't know what you expect. So, this is about Red Canids. I think that, the international experience last year might help them. 10th, I think, is definitely the lowest that they could be. Do they make a run like they did in 2018 and go 4-2 in groups or something and be really competitive? Who knows? I don't remember what group they are in, and I'm not going to pretend like I know. And I'm not really even looking at it until after I do these previews to, obviously I've watched the MSI draw, so I know that Group C is what it is. But I don't remember if they're against the LCK or LPL, and then who else is in their group to see if they can compete. So, as of right now, I think they're finished last in their group. But who knows? That 2018 run was a nice one. If you enjoyed this sort of content, comment down below. If you've watched CBLOL, what do you think about Red Canids? Do you think they're better than they were last year? So they're better suited for a tournament like this? Do you think that they can, make a little bit more noise than they did last year, like going out with a whimper? Do you think JoJo and Aegis are what makes this team go? Or are there underlying stats and things like that that would indicate something different? Like the video if you enjoy this sort of content. Subscribe to the channel if you want daily previews for MSI. And when we get to MSI, I will be covering every game like I did for the 4 major regions. Every game I will be going over. I don't care that I have to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning. It's going to get done. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you come back for more content.